What comes to mind when you think of wild animals in Texas? Armadillos? Horny toads? Well, the last thing that is probably going to pop into your head is a wolf. But on the outskirts of the town of Navasota, you'll find a sanctuary for one of our state's most misunderstood species, where Nicole Rogers has spent the last 6 years of her life trying to preserve these animals' wild instincts.
So this is the St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary. We are the only sanctuary in the state of Texas that is licensed by the USDA to have public exhibitions. So our big mission is to not only rescue wolf and wolf dogs, we are here to educate the people in our community, Texans, about the importance of wolves and wolf dogs and why it's important to come together as a state to conserve these beautiful animals.
Back in the early 1900s, the likelihood of running across a wolf in Texas was as common as a patch of bluebonnets. But after decades of poaching, poisoning, and persecution, the last recorded pack was eradicated in the 40s. For decades after, nature stood still until the early 2000s, when a wolf in Spring, Texas helped to reestablish the importance of conserving these apex predators.
So in 2002, a wolf was found with her leg caught in a trap and a bullet hole through her shoulder in Spring, Texas. And they transported her to a vet, and then this is where our founder, Jean Lefebvre, came in. This vet knew her, and he, called her up on the phone and said, "Hey, Jean, I'm about to throw you a curveball today. This beautiful timber wolf," she was a timber wolf, has been brought into here. She's in bad shape. I will get her back up to health free of charge if you and John will go out tomorrow and fill out USDA paperwork and open Texas's first wolf sanctuary. And at the age of 73, they said they'd do that. And that's exactly what they did.
After Jean Lefebvre rehabilitated the wolf they called Mystery, breeders of these creatures began coming out of hiding. As more and more unlicensed keepers overpopulated the state with these precarious pups, the need for a sanctuary grew. Since its founding, St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary's enclosures have never been empty. And just like the need for a sanctuary, the needs of these wolves and wolf dogs are more than most can handle. That is, unless you are like keepers Lauren Gaulding and Sammy McKean.
I am an animal keeper. So basically I come in every morning and I make meds, I make their meals for the next day, we feed them in the morning, we go ahead and clean their enclosures and all that sort of stuff, and then we do training sessions.
Here in captivity, their diet's gonna be very different than what they would get out in the wild. Out in the wild, they'd be eating deer, elk, bison, fish, what have you, whatever they decide they wanna eat that day. But here, we like to give them their diet's gonna consist of 1/3 beef, 1/3 chicken, and then 1/3 zoo-grade kibble. So I'm gonna be preparing Raj's a little bit of Raj's diet right now.
Lauren and Sammy do all they can to keep up with these animals, but the demand for a secure place for these captive wolves never stops growing. It's a daunting truth, one Nicole Rogers has to face every time she answers the phone and has to turn away another animal.
On average, I get 600 rescue calls a year. So, and every time I have to say, we do not have space, I know that that animal's life is on the line for euthanasia. So that animal is walking a very dangerous path to paying the ultimate price for a choice that a human being made.
While St. Francis' main focus is on caring for captive creatures, when you are Texas's only USDA licensed public wolf sanctuary, you have to do more than just feed and clean. When these three aren't caring for the wolves, they spend their time educating the public on the dangers of breeding and owning these wild animals. They give tours and host special educational experiences, like their unique sleepover event called Howl Night.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary. I'm gonna start your Hell Night tour and our Hell Night festivities now. Are you all ready? All right, awesome. So Hell Night is one of our most popular events here at the sanctuary, and they initially start with a tour.
And then they'll bring the rest of their pack to eat whatever they've just rolled in, right?
And usually the sun is about to set when the tour ends, and by that time there's a roaring fire in the middle of our Hell Night field, and they cook hot dogs and s'mores over the fire.
Cheers with hot dogs. Cheers.
And then they have a curator chat. And during that curator chat, we often talk about why wolves howl, right? And then as a human pack, we will howl, and often this pack will answer us back with a howl back. Hearing the wolves howl at night is neat, but what's the most magical part of that to me is sunrise with the wolves. So when you have sunrise, it is a very private, magical time with the animals. It's when they get up, they're greeting each other. So sunrise is a very magical time you get for Hell Night.
You've got something in here.
Oh yeah, it catches me. Yeah, it catches me.
Why is that?
I don't think people really understand how a connection between an animal and human can be so special. There's this concept of global One Health, right? One. And that's something that I think is very special. And it was something that Jean founded the sanctuary on. The importance of conservation, the importance of people understanding that these animals are important because they're part of what are maintaining our health. And that's why it catches me, because it's such an important piece that I think humanity might be forgetting.
American naturalist Edwin Wade Teal once said, "Those who wish to pet and baby wild animals love them, but those who respect their nature and wish to let them live normal lives love them more." That's a fact they face every day here at St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary. And while the ability to care for these creatures is a dream come true for those who work with the wolves, in a perfect world, their jobs wouldn't exist. But as long as there is reckless disregard by people who want wolves as pets, there too shall be a demand for the work they do. That reality is hard to face, but Nicole, Sammy, and Lauren find solace in knowing they are helping to reestablish a peaceful partnership with nature.
It is my reason for getting up in the morning. I wake up every day knowing that I'm going to come in here, I'm going to give them the essential things that they need to survive, and I can make their lives as happy as possible, even though we've already taken from them the perfect life.
It's awesome. It's so much fun. And it makes me feel good when I'm able to make their lives better.
It's been the joy of my life to be able to lead this organization. We're not here for the cool factor. We're here for the one factor.